Hi, this is Tanya with Herbal Soul. I'm going to make a tincture, a simple tincture, and this is what we call the folk method. You pretty much eyeball the amount of herbs and plants, and you kind of get a sense of how much you want to put in and things of that nature. So, first of all, so I have my gloves, and I have all the herbs that I want to incorporate in this blend. This is going to be a cold flu type of blend. You know, we're in the fall and winter months. We're going into the winter months soon. So the weather's changing, it's getting colder. So I figured instead of drinking a tea, I can have something in a tincture form for myself. And then I can also add that to a tea. So this is a blend that I had. It's a very small amount here, but it's what I call fever blend. It's yarrow flower, elderflower, a little bit of peppermint, white willow bark for pain, and yeah. So I'm going to add this to my. This is a quart glass. So again, this is for my personal use. Okay. So and then I'm going to add a little stinging nettle because it's filled with so many nutrients, and you know it's going to help your body replenish or kind of recover faster from a cold or flu. You can also use something like this, a little shot glass that has all the tablespoon and ounces measurements. Again, I eyeball. If you're into the ratio, kind of, if you need to have every part measured a certain way, if you prefer to do it that way, you can Google, and there's many other herbalists that do make their tinctures in that way. I do the folk method. It's always worked for me and our customers. So, okay, so I'm going to add some stinging nettle again for nutrients replenishment. Okay, and then I'm going to add some thyme. Thyme is always good. Okay, I mean, another way to do it as far as your tinctures and measurements and things like that, if you want to focus on a particular herb or plant, like an action herb, you can make it to where the majority of the tincture or the blend has that particular plant or herb. Like, let's say if you had to do a pie, let's say 50% of metals and the rest in different fractional parts, just breaking down whatever plants you have. That's another way you can do it. You just gotta find what works for you. Okay, so that was the thyme. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. Yeah. All right, so we got nettles, we got thyme, we got my fever blend, and I think the last addition I want to add is mullein leaf, which is very good for the lungs. Hope you can see that. Just add it. All right. I'm just gonna call this my cold flu blend. It can also be used as a preventative as well. All right. So I'm gonna use a chopstick. Just kind of blend it up a little bit, and then sometimes you can just go off a filling. You know, of what the amount of herbs you want to add. All right, I think I'm going to add a little bit more mullein leaf. Just do that. Great for the lungs. There we go. All right. Stir it up a little bit. This is how it's looking. So once I'm done making this tincture, I'm going to let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks in a dark place, underneath, a kitchen cupboard or something like that. And for the first couple of days, I would say for the first week, shake it up once a day, and then eyeball it every day thereafter. You can also, when you do that, when you eyeball the plants and the learn the solvent. In this case, we're going to use vodka. It's interesting to see their transformation. So that's another great way to learn. All right, so here I have 80 proof, 40% vodka. You know, some folks will use wine, like a strong wine, or a whiskey or a brandy. Vodka, this works well. I'm not saying that the other options don't work well, but this works well because the shelf life for your tincture, your medicine, could be up to 5 to 7 years if you just sit it in an amber dark glass, a dropper glass, or even just a regular glass bottle, but amber, and you can preserve it for years. Okay, so I'm pouring my vodka in here. This is 80 proof, very strong. It's going to extract all of the nutrients, all of the chemical compounds out of these plants and herbs. It's very easy. This is so easy. This is so easy, you guys. So simple to do. And the more you do it, the better you get. Again, there's other recipes and methods. You just have to kind of find what works for you. This is a very strong, again, this is 80 proof. So this is definitely this is a great solvent. It's gonna extract, again, all of the chemicals, the compounds, the nutrients out of the plants. So I'm gonna let this sit for 6 weeks. Again, I'm gonna shake it up every day for the first 1 to 2 weeks, and then I will eyeball it every day thereafter. And yeah, keep it in a cool, dark place. So after the 4 to 6 week period, I will strain. Usually I do a 3 strainer. I use the big mesh strainer and these two. All right, so I do a 3 strain method, and I just kind of sit it. I have a bigger strain. I'm sorry, let me grab it. Okay, this is my big strainer, big mesh strainer. I just used it for something else. So when I strain all of my tinctures, I strain it 3 times pretty much. Okay, so yeah, so then also, you know, of course, put a label on it and date it. Put a date and label all the herbs. All right, and that's it. Simple as that. All right, so again, I'm going to label this with the date and the herbs that I used. And that's pretty much it. The possibilities are endless as far as what you can do with tinctures and things like that. So just make sure you get your plants and herbs from a reliable source, and try to go organic as much as possible. If not, you can only do what you can. And yeah, that's it for today. Have a blessed day.